Hello! Today we are going to our city garden that is located on the island, and it is in the center of the capital city of Latvia, in Riga. And it's actually a very beautiful place, especially in the summer when everything is blooming and people have small gardens there. So it's basically all of a small garden plots there. And we are going to the place where we previously make an ice cream near the river. And today I have a special project in my mind, and we need to make a house for mason bees. Mason bees live in a house that is similar to the bug house that you make for bugs and insects. And we will need something with the hollow stems. And the plant that grows near the river is called reed. I think it's reed. It has a hollow stem and it's tall like a bamboo, and at the bottom it has a larger stem, and that we will be using for our mason bee house. Now we are going to the same place where we were making ice cream, and I hope there will be ice on the river still, but I'm not sure. So we need to go there and check the situation, and then we will see how we can harvest these reeds. So let's go there and take a look. Yeah, so apparently I was wrong about the ice. Actually, water level has been rising already, and ice is covered with water. I think we still have ice down there, but there is some part of the water on it already, some layer of the water. And here is the reed that we need to collect. So we'll just go there and take a look if we can actually go there on the river, or we need to harvest it from the shore. Yeah, I was really hoping that we will have a chance to harvest it from the river. That would be more easier, but now I think we'll harvest from the shore, and that's okay too. It will just make it a little bit harder for us because we will be not able to reach the reeds that are farther away. So let's see. Okay, so here we are, and now we'll try to cut this plant as low as we can, because underneath it has the thickest part of it. Let's try to check where is it. So let's try to cut here, and you can see here it has a hollow stem here, and the size should be approximately 6 millimeters to 1 centimeter in diameter, or up to half an inch. So that's the perfect size, and one end need to be opened, other one can be closed. And if you are cutting it, you need to cut it somewhere close this joint, because if you cut somewhere further away, there's a chance that you can split it like here. It's not bad, it's still fine, but sometimes if the bees are picky, they are not making nest inside the one that is split here. So let's try to cut it like this. So this would be the one cell for the mason bee house. So, and that way we continue further, and you can see this one is longer than this previous one, but we don't need so long. So I will cut it just somewhere here. Well, and it's split. You see how it's splitting out. So yeah, it is what it is. Everything is cold, and these also, they are cold, they are frozen, and they are not working really good, but it will be okay. Later I will cut it smaller somewhere here with better scissors, I think. So this we cut here, and next one we do somewhere here. Okay, and so we are continuing like this until we will have some, I don't know, maybe 100 of these or so, because now our mason bee nest is full and it's all the cells are filled, so we need to replace basically all of them. So I will cut now about 100 of them, and then we'll go and take a look at our current house, how it looks like. While we are cutting the reeds, I will tell you a little bit about mason bees. So why they are called mason bees? Because in this stem they are bringing in mud, and they are making the larva, and they are making this like this. So they are putting here mud, then there is a pollen, and then there is a larva, and then again mud, pollen, larva, mud, pollen, larva, and so on. In one stem there can be several larvas. So the first one will be hatching here at the end, and it will eat out all the pollen, and then it will take out all the mud that's there. And next one will do the same. It will eat out all the pollen and then bring out all the mud. So, and they are using mud like a concrete, and that way they are called mason bees, because they are making their house like masoners. So that's why they call it mason bees. And actually these mason bees, they are much better than regular honeybees, because they are waking up very early in the spring when temperature outside is only 10 to 12 degrees Celsius. It's about 50 to 54 Fahrenheit. And at that time regular bees are sleeping, but mason bees are doing the pollination. And in cold climate like ours, it's very crucial to have all the flowers, all the fruiting flowers, that they are pollinated in early spring. Otherwise there can be actually no harvest for some of the plants. And there are calculations that one mason bee can pollinate the same amount of plants as 100 regular bees. And they are not making honey, they are just collecting pollen loosely on their body. It's sticking all over them, and then they are bringing it to the house, to these stems, and bringing it for the larvae. So they have only two goals in their life. The one of the goal is pollination, and they are collecting pollen for their further generation. So basically the reason number one that they are living is for reproduction. There is one more interesting thing about mason bees. They live alone. They are solitary bees. They don't live in the hives, and they are nothing to protect, so they're not biting. So actually you can go very close to them and you can almost pet them, and you don't need to be afraid that they can bite someone, or bite you or some kid or animal. They are not biting because they have nothing to protect. I think it's really good to have them in your garden, in your homestead, and it's very interesting just to observe them, how they are living their life, how they are flying and pollinating everything. Yeah, so now we are still collecting these. I think we have now about 50 of them. We need to collect at least the same amount. Harvest these, just dig as deep as you can and cut it. And actually I noticed if you leave the bark on it, it's easier to cut, and it's splitting more rare. So we can try to cut with the bark, and then you will see. Yeah, it's still splitted, but okay, that's fine. Now we cut here. Now we will cut some here, and now we will cut here. Yeah, so this part is okay if they split it, because here we have a joint, and they still have these 10 centimeters or no, 6 or 7 inches. I think 7 inches is maximum. It's more like 5, something like this you will need for your house. And something like this, I'm cutting these. So if you make too long, you will have to make just deeper house. It's good to have, but they will not use it all, I think. Okay, that's already too thick maybe. This I will leave, but I will not cut further. So let's take some more. Now I discovered there is a double layer of ice, so we can kick it off, and then I can cut even deeper. And then I will have even thicker stems. So some here on the bottom. Got it. This one and another one. I'll cut 3 one time. Okay. Oh yeah, these are kind of thicker, I think. This is how much we collected of these pieces of the reed. So now we'll go to mason bee house and we'll check how we'll be replacing them. Here we are with our mason bee house. This is how it looks from previous year, and you can see, come closer here, you can see that all these hotel rooms are booked, you know, it's fully booked and they need to be replaced now. So you see how long they are, and here is the mason bee put a mat here inside and covered the entrance, and this is how it looks. Everything here is mostly taken. You can also see there are some in wood. I just drilled some holes in the wood, and they also make houses there. So I'll be now taking half of it out and I'll bring it to the countryside, because here we don't have any at the moment in this house, and I will replace them with these new ones. So when these will hatch, then they will have new houses where to live. Okay, now let's take this out. Okay, I took out approximately half of it, and now I want to show you something. I want to open one of them and you will actually see how it looks like from inside. We just need to prepare some box where to put it when we will open it. Okay, so I have a box here for the larvae and I have a plate. I will now open one of these cells, and you don't need to worry, you are not making any harm to these bees. So let's open up. Come closer now. See, there is a pollen, there is a mud. Oh, how it looks. How it looks from inside. Sorry, I will take this apart. It will not break. I want to show you all the structure. Some of it broke off. So you can clearly see the structure, right? There is a larvae. There was a pollen. Again, a larvae, pollen, larvae, pollen, larvae, pollen. And there are in the middle, you can see there is mud as well. And you can also see some worms here inside, and these worms are actually eating the larvae here. But you know, you just check it out how beautiful it looks, right? Okay, now I will put them on the table here, on the plate. And actually a lot of people are using this method for transportation, and also when people are selling these, yes, you can actually buy them. You can actually buy them. And see, this is a larvae. Here is bee inside, so these all are actually bees in my hands. Crazy, right? So these are bees. This one is gone basically. I think this one is gone, yeah. Eaten out maybe. Yep. This one is eaten by worms. Okay, so in one stem there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 larvae, or seven. See, this is how many one bee can lay. Maybe she also lay even more, as they can do it in multiple cells simultaneously. So that's what's happening inside. And now I will put them all here without worms, and then I will bring them to the countryside, or I can also leave them here. But then if you are placing them in the box, make sure there are no worms inside. And okay, and also I will add some pollen here, so they have a pollen when they wake up. Okay, and then when you want to hatch them in the spring, you just open the box and just place it inside and on the top of it, so they will hatch and they will see everything around and they will know that this is their home. So in that way you can also do the hatching of these bees. Okay, and now I will place back these new cells and we will leave it till the spring and we'll see how it works in the spring. Okay, so we filled it up with the empty cells now. You see it's all full now. Maybe you are wondering why this mesh is here in front of the house. It's because cats and birds, they are trying to get this out. They are coming here and trying to take them out and eat the small bee larva that's inside. So that's why you always need to cover it with the mesh, so they are here inside in secure place. Alright, I think I covered it all in this video that I wanted to say. I think everyone can make this kind of a project with family and kids in their garden or in their homestead, and it's very interesting. Even on the balcony you can make it and it will work. It's very interesting to observe how they work and how they manage to build all these nice nests and everything. So yeah, I think that's it for the video, and feel free to ask any questions if you have in the comments, and also share your experience. Have you built any mason bee house or insect house, or maybe something else for the pollination of the garden? Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our channel, and you will see more interesting videos like this. Okay, see you. Bye.